What's up, 10 Scale Squad? Ethan, what do you think all of these cars and trucks have in common?
We never use them.
It's very true.
Oh man.
There's something.
Other than they're all 10 scale?
They are all 10th scale. But scale is kind of a funny thing, isn't it? Because while this Cadillac is 10th scale and it's this big, this Cadillac is 10th scale and it's way more...
I can add to this as
way
well.
more bigger.
This is a 10th scale body. And it is like half of a Cadillac.
Yeah.
About probably what the Fiat is.
Yeah. But this is
But,
made
like,
for a
that's
10th scale
crazy.
touring
Yeah.
car chassis.
And it's not even really close to fit that either, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be close.
Yeah,
It'd be
it'd
close.
fit that.
Let's get
Scale
it.
is a weird thing because a 10th scale crawler is not the same size as a 10th scale touring car, is not the same size as a 10th scale short course truck, is not the same size as a 10th scale buggy, is not the same size as anything else, really. So when you're building a car and you're trying to find especially a body that's going to fit it, we're gonna let you in on a few little secrets here. So let's start with the biggest chunguses and kind of work our way down. And we're gonna tell you what we learned the hard way, building, buying, wrecking, rebuilding, and racing these things.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, what's 10th scale and what isn't. So this bad boy right here is a Traxxas TRX Quattro, and it is obviously 10th scale.
Get your wires.
Yeah, unplug those stupid things.
Yeah.
Hey, a Traxxas to Dean adapter. We could use that.
Oh yeah, let's bring it.
Let's. Perfect. Looking at a 10 scale touring car, the wheelbase is not even close. It's, you know, this is just a freaking monster truck in comparison. Speaking of monster truck, yeah, my Traxxas T-Max. This is also 10th scale. You know, the wheelbase between the crawler and a monster truck is actually pretty similar. Way, way, way bigger than a touring car, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, if you were to look at both of these next to each other, it would probably be a little bit closer. The body, at least, would be closer
Yeah,
to the touring
absolutely.
car than the crawler. So monster trucks is kind of like that weird in-between, where the wheelbase is similar to like a 10 scale crawler, but the body is going to be similar to a 10 scale like touring. If you're looking for a new 10 scale body for your crawler, be careful if you find like a Proline touring car 10 scale body. Just because it says 10 scale doesn't mean that it's, you know, just going to fit your 10 scale crawler or whatever.
I got a really good example to go with that as well.
This is the first body you ever painted.
Yeah, actually, oh man, it's dirty.
It's dusty,
It
but it
is
still
dusty.
looks.
And it's
still
never
looks
been
wonderful.
ran. I was too proud of it to ever run it. I really was.
We all might have a body like that laying around. This was for your 10 scale monster truck. It was a Red Cat Blackout.
Yeah, the blackout.
This is also a C10 Chevrolet, which is also 10th scale, but this is for a different 10 scale monster truck. This is for your Arma Granite.
Yeah.
I mean, very similar body, very different wheelbase.
Very different wheelbase.
Yeah. So it's super important to, you know, go out and do your research before you just buy a body and, you know, hope that it fits. Now, we always say with enough chopping, anything will fit, and that's, you know, pretty much true. But here's a good example of two monster truck bodies
that are 10 scale and two completely different sizes.
Yeah, drastically different. I think it's like that because the Red Cat Blackout is actually built on a 10th scale touring car chassis, right? So if you take a look at a Red Cat Blackout and a Red Cat Lightning,
Like the Lightning, yeah, they're very similar.
they're very, very similar. You don't remember this truck?
No.
I'm a little disappointed you don't remember
What
this
is
truck.
that one?
Does this ring a bell?
No.
We bought this
Why
for a
am
very
I-
specific reason.
Is that the rocket truck?
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
But this is actually the same chassis as my Red Cat Lightning. Yeah, look at that. That is
That is the same
the
chassis.
same chassis, the same diffs. The only thing that's different is the control arms and like shock towers. You know,
I would
things
imagine
like
that the gearing inside might be different, but I could be completely wrong on that. That might be all on the pinion and spur.
Maybe. This has a 550 motor. This has a 540 motor.
Oh, man.
But if you think about your Traxxas Bandit, the Rustler, and the two-wheel drive Stampede, that's pretty much the same exact chassis. But they're going to use, one is going to use a buggy body, one is going to use a stadium truck body, and the other one is going to use a monster truck body, like, you know, something similar
like
to
those.
this. And you can, it's really easy to convert one into the other just by changing the arms, the shocks, and things like that. In fact, we've got a couple videos where we take a Bandit, put a Slash two-wheel drive chassis under it, and turn those things into drag cars. And we go out and rip those things.
Couple pretty wicked ones, if not to toot our own horns. It's
Beep, beep.
mine's a certified winner. Yours is a certified
Blow up
low flying airplane
into bajillions of pieces. It says "Go fast, don't die" on it.
My ankle did that day.
God, this thing is dusty. Man, we haven't run this thing in years.
Oh man, we gotta clean some of our cars.
This is a 10 scale short course truck. This is also a 10 scale short course truck. And you can see they are the dimensions are totally different. The wheelbase is the same. The chassis underneath is very, very similar. But as far as bodies go, they're completely different. Now, you could, since they're the same wheelbase and the same sort of similar setup, you could swap these around and do the doodle. But, you know, 10 scale C10 versus 10 scale C10. I mean, look at the difference here.
Yeah, where's the other one? Like, even that is... Bam.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
They're just...
That's just crazy to think. That this is all the same size.
They're all the same scale.
Well, scale, sorry. Scale is what I meant to say.
This is an Infraction Mega with a different body on it, of course. So, and this is 8th scale.
8th scale, and it's smaller than this.
Yeah.
And this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. On camera, it looks like they are, you know, they're
close.
They're close.
I mean, they are close. They're not...
They're close. If you parked a Nissan Z next to a C10, you know, it might be... You could probably convince me that that's legit.
I would say they're actually pretty close to being the same size.
Yeah.
In an 8 for a 10.
Yeah. Same size, different scale. This is a 10th scale buggy, and this is a 10th scale buggy. What? Like, this is the same... This is very close to the same chassis. Obviously, one of them is nitro, and the other one is electric, but the wheelbase is the same. The tire size is the same. The A-arm length is the same. The chassis is the same. Are you confused yet? Well, you should be. So this, of course, is a team associated. What is this? Not a DR10. It's a
SR10 or S. Something.
It's the dirt oval car.
Yeah.
And it goes together like
probably
that.
Says it on it somewhere. We just don't.
Might. I don't know. And this is a Red Cat. I don't know what it is. What is it? It's a Tornado S30.
Yeah,
it's a Tornado S30 is what it is. And it's a 10 scale buggy. But yet this is still a 10 scale buggy, and they're two different, they're the same scale but two different sizes. I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you what it's not. You know, you could be forgiven into thinking that this body right here for a 10 scale buggy, which is smaller than a short course truck, you could be forgiven to think that these bodies for 10 scale buggies could fit your 10 scale touring car. Oh, but you would be wrong.
Way off.
Here it is next to a normal 10 scale touring car, and you can see they're not even close to the same size. So scale is a funny thing. It's not, 10 of these equals one real Cadillac. It's not that. It is more based on the wheelbase and obviously the chassis size. I mean, if you think about like wheels, a 10th scale a 10 scale touring car wheel versus even a 10 scale
Yeah.
buggy wheel or a 10 scale crawler wheel. Some of those are 2.5 inches tall. They're
If
massive.
there is anything we have more of, is wheels that don't fit.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness!
Absolutely.
Just stockpiles of them. We've given them away to so many people that like it's common mistakes that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Have you ever made the mistake of buying a body that, maybe it was written a little obtuse on the intervals there, and you just read 10th scale. It's 10th scale, it should fit my 10th scale, and it wasn't even close? We've
Done that a few times.
done that. Anyway,
Thankfully, we got enough to make it work most
Yeah.
times. But there's been a handful of times, and
yeah, with enough chopping.
you
make
can make
anything
stuff fit something.
So what was the purpose of this video? Well, I don't know, really. It's what YouTube said we needed to make because of a content gap. And, it's 10 Scale Garage. We enjoy 10 scale stuff. We enjoy other scale stuff as well. So I guess the point is just be careful when you're building a 10 scale drag car. A 10 scale touring car and a 10 scale drag car are not they're not the same. They're not the same. They're just not.
If you're looking for something similar to it, a lot of times you can go to the manufacturer's website and see what the wheelbase is, and then you can get a good start. Because a lot of them, not all of them, but a good like Pro Line and a lot of the rest of them will show you what the wheelbase is, kind of what they're meant for. eBay, not so much. You're kind of into the whim of online buying when when measurements are close enough.
Yeah. They measure in millimeters and millimeters and
You're not
M&Ms. I like M&Ms.
Yeah.
Have you had the coffee bean?
There's coffee M&Ms?
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
Alright.
Anyway, yeah, share your stories of woe down below. And just be careful out there, guys. Be careful. All 10 scales are not created the same. And if you like smaller scale, like say 28th scale, like say Mini Z, come hang out with us. Sunday.
Sunday.
April 30th, Norwalk Drag Strip. No half sends is the event. There's gonna be drag racing, real car drag racing.
Yeah, real car drag racing.
Car drag
we got
racing.
pit bike racing, roll racing,
Car show, and us racing Mini Z's. You could win one.
And on top of that, what's better than having a good time at a legendary racetrack as well?
And of course, if this is your first time ever checking out the channel, welcome. I'm glad you found out. We like to do RC shenanigans like this. Even though we haven't run these cars in a while, we like to do stuff like this all the time. We've got some wicked stuff coming up. You're going to want to stick around. All right, guys. Until next time. Chopping 10 scales.
Chopping bodies out here.
Chopping them!